Hey everyone, it's Jake's Metal Chat. Hope you're all well and welcome to the second part of this massive collection update that I have for you. And this is a CD collection madness because there's quite a few CDs here mixed from gigs, Black City Records, and others from a friend of mine who was selling a bunch. And there's quite a lot here at the moment. And I feel like I'm missing some, but I might have shown them in another collection update. If not, I'll just show them in a different video, be it a collection update or a Metal Vault episode. Whichever it may be, it will be here on the channel. The first part was obviously the riffs from the crypt, the two cassettes that Ken sent me, as well as the old school death metal volume 1 CD he made and sent me a few years before, and the Unnatural compilation CD as well, which he sent, I think, the same year, or he sent a year before that, or it might have sent, or no, I think he might have sent it around the same time. But either way, he sent me those two CDs and the cassettes. So without further ado, I got quite a few CDs to get through, and let's start off with, well, all in alphabetical order, but I am going to do them randomly. So first one, band from Derby. They formed. This is a grindcore death metal band from Derby, formed in 2016. Spoken about these guys so many times. I'm talking about Raised by Owls. Saw them a bunch of times here in Bristol and saw them at Bloodstock a couple of times. They were the first band on the Sunday this year and ended with a cover of Break Stuff by Limp Bizkit. And this is their new album, which I have only heard a few songs from here so far, but I'm looking forward to just sitting down and listening to this entire album. And I'm talking about Volume 3, the satirical verses, and you got some well-known faces on there, the likes of Bonnie Greenway and Corpse Grinder, Danzig, Rob Zombie. You'll recognize these faces. Just to name a few right there. There's the CD, who plays in the band. And I'll show the artwork again without the case glaring off the light on my camera. And of course, there's the band themselves having an afternoon tea. All really cool guys. Know them personally. Just very cool, down to earth, fun to be around. So overall, awesome guys. And there's quite a few lyrics there. Let's show some lyrics here. So we got Altars of Sadness and Strictly Come Danzig. If you've seen the video, well, any of their videos are just amazing. Music videos or skits. And if you were at Bloodstock this year, you would have saw that Sam brought his mum along on stage, which was really cool because she's been in a lot of their skits and a few of their videos. One of which is on this album, track number 6. But if you've not heard any of Raised by Owls, then and you're only just getting into them, and this might be the first album you go with, be sure to check out their first the first two releases, which I will tell you the names of if you do not have them yet or don't even know this band. So, the Great British Grind Off from 2016 and Dreadful from 2019. Because throughout 2016 they just released singles and then the album and then another single. Of course, this one came out this year in May. Not got any Raised by Owls yet, or haven't heard them yet. I do highly recommend you check them out and give them a good old listen. And I will have the music video to what is it? Break Stuff. They did a cover of Break Stuff and did a music video. It'll be down in the description below, and also the channel if you have not checked them out yet, as well as all of the other releases that I have here and all the bands, just in case you are brand new to any of these bands here. So once again, Raised by Owls and Volume 3, the Satirical Verses. Next, one of the bands that was on the support for this show, for the show they did at the Griffin back in October. And yeah, these guys are from Yeovil, which is in Somerset. So I'm not too far away from Somerset. They formed in 2019. They're just a really, really good band. And they played a few of these songs live when I saw them. This is their third release. So their second EP, because the first one came out 2 years ago. So this is their latest one from Unburier, Nebulous. Really cool band here. Nice little logo right there. And these guys are technical thrash death metal. A little bit melodic as well. Yeah, really cool band live. Like I said, I haven't heard most of the Raised by Isles CD yet, and I've heard a few of these songs live, but I'm gonna, like I said, because I haven't got very much gigs left for this year, so most of it will be CD, vinyl, and cassette listening. So there's the CD and the lads from the band. And if you saw them at the show in Bristol, I mean, because the Griffin played there a few times, and that room can get packed if it's sold out. Like when it's sold out, when all the gigs are sold out, because they've had a lot of gigs there that have sold out, that room gets packed to the brim. And it's one hell of a good night. And this band were really cool. They were the second band on. The first one was a band called Foul Body Autopsy, if anyone remembers them. So if you've not heard Unburier yet or not seen them live yet, go check them out live. So once again, Unburier and Nebulous. Next one, band from Denmark, formed in, where are you? 2019, so same year as Unburier. This is a folk metal band. I'm talking about Vansind. I had two of the members on here, so I had, because I'm looking at their names now, Lena and Danny. And we played with them up in Yorkshire last year. Avondale played up in at Warhorns up in Yorkshire on the Friday. They were on the Saturday, so we shared the same stage, played the same festival, and I hope to see these guys again soon. This is their 2021 release. It is MXIII, which when I looked up the Roman numerals, it said 1013. That's a really big number. Or just, it's either 1013 or 1013. Someone please remind me in the description below, because in the comments below, because bit rusty on my Roman numerals, because I haven't looked them up in a long time. But there's the back of the CD. CD itself. Logo on the back. Artwork right there. As well as two more pieces of artwork right there. So no lyrics. Some releases don't do lyrics. They just do artwork like this, and I love that sort of stuff. And if you have heard Vansind, you know that they sing in completely Danish, which is really, really cool. Let me just get a... There you go. Some bit spelled. Really cool band. Like I said, I had Danny and Lena on my chat, and I got to meet them in person. Really, really nice. All of them really nice. Danny's wife, who is the bagpipes player. Keyboard, tin whistle, and bagpipes. I got to meet them all. Yeah, like I said, met them all. Really, really nice. Just really nice all around. Awesome humans. And really awesome band right here. And I know there's going to be people out there that don't like folk metal, which is totally fair. It's not your thing. But for me, love folk metal. as well as I love my death metal. If you are looking for a new band, because I know there's a lot of you out there who are like, oh, I don't know what to look for. And if you love folk metal, definitely go check out this band here and check out this release. It's just an incredible release. Number three would be my favorite track from this release, and number four as well. I mean, the whole release is amazing. So once again, Vansind and MXIII. Now let's get on to one of the CDs that I got from a mate of mine. This is a band all the way from Finland. They formed in 1993. They've been a band for 31 years. This is their 2018 release. This is one of the many EPs. And got to see him back in Sweden in 2019. And I hope to see him again live soon. Hopefully he'll come here to the UK. I'm talking about Rotten Sound. This is a 2018 EP. Suffer to Abuse. This is HM2 driven grindcore from Finland. And it is nasty fierce stuff. And I'm number 852 out of 2,500. I hope that's how it's spelled out like so. Was a Season of Mist. Yeah, I saw this on my friend's list and I thought, gotta have some more Rotten Sound because I do have their last album that they released, and I took the sticker off because it was covering half of the artwork, but it did say here, limited and hand numbered to 2,500 copies worldwide. Finnish crushers, Rotten Sound donate Suffer to Abuse, and an all new mini CD of grinding metal, and some of it's kind of uh, yeah, I can't see that some of it's a bit scratched out, but overall it's just absolute fierce, nasty HM2 driven grindcore. Of course, it's the band right there. There's the CD. Oh, and there's a little booklet as well, which has, of course, the coffin on the front of the booklet. I'm loving the colours. I'm loving the greens and the blacks. Really cool there, and some lyrics. And it's mainly lyrics. So I thought there'd be a band picture or some more artwork like on the front of the booklet and as well as the album. But of course, got the band picture right there. Yeah, I would love to see these guys again because they're just such a heavy, intense, in your face band. Grindcore royalty right here from the early 90s. And man, hope to see him again soon. Be good to see him at, well, who knows what next year will bring. If they come to the UK next year, I will definitely be there. Rotten Sound and Suffer to Abuse. Now let's get on to another release that I was from a mate of mine, and this was a band that the vocalist from Rotten Sound, I'm blanking on his name at the moment. He went on stage with them back in 2012, and as you know, getting them up now. They're the original vocalist died in 2004 during a during a tsunami, and you know who I'm on about when I say this band. I'm on about Nasum from Sweden, formed in 1992. Of course, split up in 2005. And back in 2020, 12, they did have, where is he? Uh, Not going to try and say his first name, Kiyo or Kijo. I'm not entirely sure how you say his name. He's the vocalist from Rotten Sound. And this album here, and I've heard quite a lot of Nasum, and these guys are just, again, it's Swedish grindcore. And here is the album Human 2.0. Swedish grindcore, HM2 driven grindcore. This by Relapse Records. There's a lot of tracks on this, and you can see how many tracks there are. 25 tracks. Grindcore with 25 tracks. And I think this one here that had 7 tracks there. There's the CD. And I'll just hit the microphone. That's what I get for putting it there. Cover as well as band as well, and a few lyrics right there. Now, I never got to see these guys, of course, because when looking up this band, I thought, well, Nasum, don't know who this is, checked out one of their videos, and I can't remember which one it was right now. And then finding out that their vocalist, which I don't want to try and say his name, of course, he, as well as Nasum, he was in countless other bands, one of them of which was Alter. And I know there was another band by that same name from Sweden. Or I'm thinking of a different country, but there was another band by the name Alter. And also live vocals for Napalm Death back in 2000, which is when this album came out in 2000. As well as the guest stuff for Exhumed and Regurgitate, which is another band from Sweden on the gore grind side of extreme music. But his legacy lives on in the music that he put out with this band. So rest in peace, brother. Like I said, all the bands will be down in the description below. Nasum and Human 2.0. Like I said, there's a lot of CDs, so I'm getting through these very, very quickly. Let's see, what else do I have here? Well, this is a compilation from another Swedish band. They formed in 1990 under a different name, which I'm not going to try and say, but then changed the name in 1990 to 1993, and then 97 to 2007. They were together. Now 2017 onwards, I'm talking about Runemagick, which is a death doom metal band from Sweden, and these guys are just heavy as hell. This is a compilation. It's called Dark Dead Earth, which is a mixture of various releases. Found this at Black City Records. I thought some Runemagick's in there. Gotta get Runemagick. And of course, there's a CD there with the logo that we all know, as well as another CD in there as well. This is a 2-disc release. There's the logo, booklet there. Let's see. There. And it's one of their releases here. Goes right down the bottom there. A bit of lyrics right there. And I think it's these 2 releases right here that they're showing. So before I get on to the other release, what's this one? This is called The Supreme Force of Eternity. And what's the other one? Enter the Realm of Death. Very cool right there. And a few more lyrics. And I think that's it. No other band pictures. Just more lyrics and some thank yous. Really, really cool band. Love to see them live someday. Hopefully soon. But once again, Runemagick and dark, dead earth. Really cool, heavy, dark death doom. If that is your thing, you're definitely gonna love Runemagick. Definitely gonna love this band. And well, you know what I do. As you know, I love my death metal and I love death doom as well. Definitely check out Runemagick. Now, going back to the list here, I've got quite a few. So I've done Vansind, Unburier, and Raised by Isles, Runemagick, and Rotten Sound. So just so I don't get confused with these ones, I'm gonna take them off the list now. And Nasum, of course, I just mentioned Nasum. So yeah, got quite a few more. And the next one, let's go with some more. Well, this one's on the crust punk side. And these guys formed in 1987, but split up in 1994. They're from Lynn, Massachusetts. This is a big old compilation of stuff right here. And, oh, because it's got albums and splits and EPs. This is the band Disrupt, if anyone remembers that band. And this is The Rest. And as you can see there, it's for fans of, Discharge, Brutal Truth, Drop Dead, Napalm Death, and various other bands that are listed right there. And it tells you on disc one what a lot of these songs are from. So it's pretty much everything on the various releases, as well as disc two having the demo from 88, rehearsal from 1990, and live stuff from 92. So there's a lot to get through here. So there's disc number one and disc number two. Checked out these guys back in, I want to say about 2012. And man, there was quite a lot of it. I was listening to a bit of this actually when I was doing some stuff, obviously on Spotify, because I was still looking up half of these releases. I was pretty much listening to this while I was getting all this written up. So there's the artwork again without the sticker in the front of it, as well as the band live on stage. So yeah, these guys ain't going anymore. It's quite a lot of artwork here because very political lyrics. So a lot of strong images, as you can see right there. Right there as well. Basically saying that the world is a messed up place, which it is. And of course, there's a lot of bands that have lyrics evolve around that. These guys are just one of many. And they are absolutely nasty, heavy, disgusting, crusty goodness. I love my crust punk as well, especially when it's mixed with my favorite genre, death metal. But yeah, Disrupt, if you've not heard them and you love more of your crust punk grindcore, definitely a band for you. So once again, Disrupt and The Rest. Very good indeed. And now I can get rid of them. Where are you? So, halfway through this list now, and this might be a long video because I'm just looking at the list. So, what can I show you guys next? Let's go with a band from all the way down under in Australia. These guys formed in 1986, 1985 under a different name, then 86 to 2004 is the name that we all know them by. Reformed in 2009 very briefly, and that's it. Haven't been a band since 2009, but in 1985 they were called Sadistik. But from 86 to 2004, they were known as Sadistik Exekution from Sydney, New South Wales, Australia. And this is a compilation that my friend Matt, who is in the band, Womb Bath, as well as Repulsive Vision. Oh, Matt Bounty, if I'm not some Repulsive Vision live yet, yeah, definitely check him out. And Womb Bath as well. He had this in his collection. I thought, well, I thought this was an album, and then I looked up, it was a compilation. It is called, this was released in 2015, 30 Years of Agonizing the Dead. I think that's agonizing. And yeah, Sadistik Exekution, pretty much just full on black death metal from Australia. Obviously, I haven't been going since 2009. This is mainly demos and EPs, not the two albums that they released, which I'm still on the hunt for. Um, CD right there, bit of artwork there, and I don't think there's any band pictures when I last looked. Some artwork from demos and the EPs. I think that's Rock right there. Yeah, that's got to be Rock from the band, who is the vocalist. Oh, here's a few pictures. So yeah, if you're more into your like really intense black and death metal, this is definitely for you. Uh, really, really just solid band right here. It's intense guitar, bass, drums, vocals, just about to like rip your head off. Oh, right there, and the band there again. And I believe, oh no, wait, there's a few more. And right here as well. So yeah, quite a few bands that I really like from Australia. One of which was I showed them very recently. That was Werewolves, and there was a band from Australia called Ashron, but then changed their name to, can't announce that at the moment, but you know who I'm on about. Yeah, really cool band. Bestial War Lost, another band very in the same like the same vein as these guys right here. But yeah, really cool band there. If you're not familiar with these guys and you just like full on in your face nastiness, this is definitely for you. This like nasty, heavy, black and death, Sadistik Exekution is for you. And this is their compilation of all their demos and EPs. The two demos and EP. So Sadistik Exekution and 30 Years of Agonizing the Dead. Like I said, a lot of CDs. I'm just getting through these very quickly right here. So now let's get on to, yeah, get on to more earlier releases. But let's get on with another band from Finland, formed in 1990. And I've seen them a bunch of times live. Really cool band. Love their earlier stuff. Love, of course, when I say Tales from a Thousand Lakes, who do you think I'm on about here? Amorphis. And I found this at Black City Records, and it's one of my mate's favorite albums. And yeah, and it is a cool album. This is once again Amorphis. This is their 2018 release, Queen of Time. This is the later stuff, not the more death metal stuff from their debut and Tales of a Thousand Lakes. Let's open this up. So you got the CD there as well as the band on each side. And of course the booklet that says Queen of Time. Now what do we have in here? A few lyrics. A few lyrics here. As well as a band picture. You want to have a good band picture in there. Yeah, really cool band. Been around for 34 years now. And yeah, I love Tales of a Thousand Lakes. That's always going to be my favorite album, but I do love the latest stuff that these guys release. And do I have that upside down? No, I had it inside out. There we go. Yeah, but I do like the stuff. I think Amorphis is one of those bands where I like pretty much everything from the earlier stuff all the way up to what they play now. And I remember when I watched their uh live performance, all the ones they were doing over lockdown, and they were playing like a mixture of stuff on this album as well as the other albums. And they had like Tales of a Thousand Lakes songs as well. And there's one where what's his name? The Because he was the vocalist as well as the guitarist before. Where is he? Who's the vocalist now? Before Tommy came into the band. Where is he? Where are you, buddy? And then the other Tom, yeah, Tommy, who's the original vocalist as well as the rhythm guitarist in the band, came back on and he did his growls again, which I thought that's really cool because I don't think he's done that since Tommy, who is currently vocalist, the lead vocalist since 2004. I don't think he's done any growls since then. So because he does as well as cleans and his cleans are amazing. He does growls as well. But yeah, really, really cool band. Like the little if the light doesn't reflect on it too much, the little Monia right there. But yeah, definitely a band for you to check out. If you're more into the earlier stuff, that is fine. If you're more into this stuff before this and stuff after this, then that's yeah, fair enough. But for me, love everything by Amorphis. So once again, Amorphis and Queen of Time. CD pile's getting really big there now. Um, so let's get rid of this one. Cool. Nearly just halfway through now. Let's go back to a newer release. And this is a band that's been around since the late 80s. All the way from well, yeah, I just found you. Well, yeah. There you go. They formed in Middlesbrough, North Yorkshire, and then they went in Kingston upon Hull, East Riding of Yorkshire later on. And yeah, formed in 1989 as Neurosis from 1919 to 1996, 2000, 2001, and 2015 onwards, they have been known as Malediction and death metal grindcore. They played the Griffin on the Saturday, so that was the day before the Raised by Owls show. And I got to look up when did this come out. No, this came out last year. So I was looking at my list. Yep, there we go. 20. This came out in 2023. This is the so once again, this is Malediction and Soil Throne. So this is the last release they did. They haven't got a debut album out yet, and I think I asked them thinking about doing one, and I think I remember the vocalist saying that they were. And another CD I had there at the gig was all the demo stuff. But yeah, these guys were really cool, like old school death metal. Because the bands that they had on the show for that particular night was Consecration from Norwich and Blasphemer from London. And I think that London, I believe, if I remember correctly, yeah, I think Blasphemer is from London, which is a old school British death metal band. And yeah, really, really cool band here. There's the booklet there because I'm just trying to remember all of the bands at the moment. But yeah, get that up here so I can just find out where Blasphemer's from. No, sorry, correction on Blasphemer. They are from West Yorkshire. And I will be seeing them again soon in January for Death of Winter, all the way up in Scotland. But yeah, Malediction. Really cool band there. Bit of artwork in there. Some lyrics here. Get a few more there. Because I can't remember if there was another band picture in here, but I did have a look at their um other release, which had all the demos, and there was like a few from different live shows. But there's the guys currently. And if I remember correctly, I know these two are original members, and I believe he's an original member, or it might be this one. I can't remember which. But if you love old school death metal, this is definitely for you. Where's the CD? Let's get the booklet back in. And let's get the CDs out if I can without snapping it off. It's the CD. Oh yeah, it's released by Cosmic Key Records, which one release I will be showing the next one is also from that same level. So Cosmic Key Creations. But yeah, love your old school death metal, but it's death metal grindcore. If you love that stuff, old school death metal, definitely Malediction's for you. So once again, Malediction and the Soil Throne. Really, really cool band right there. And get this one off my list, as well as getting on to who will I be picking next. And you know what? Let's go to another band here from the UK, all the way from Birmingham. And these guys have been around since the late 60s. They formed in 1969 and in 1969 to 1970. They were known as a different band, but from 1970 onwards, they have been known as the Almighty Judas Priest. And this is their 1990 album, Painkiller. Need I say more about this? Everyone knows Painkiller. How much of a brilliant, in your face album this is. Just, quite thrashy album from these guys. And man, everyone knows Judas Priest. I've seen these guys live enough times to know that they are absolutely brilliant. There's the guys there. Let's get the artwork out so you can see that again. Of course, I got this from Black City Records. I thought, I don't have this Judas Priest album. I have Screaming for Vengeance and I have the Sad Winds of Destiny. Not the Sad Winds of Destiny. And I still yet to get on. And Firepower as well, I do have as well. Of course, when I was at a mate of mine's wedding, of course, the title track was played there. There's a, you got to have some Judas Priest at a wedding. And some lyrics right there. But yeah, like I said, do I need to say more about this album? Everybody knows Painkiller, but if you don't, where have you been? Check out this album. Check out this band. I mean, whew, Judas Priest, like good old UK, but new wave of British heavy metal right here. They've been around since, like I said, since 1969, but been known as Judas Priest since 1970. And one of the albums on the 70s that I can recommend, and there's so many great ones, but the one I have, Sad Wings of Destiny, brilliant album. Literally just gonna chill out and put that back on again because it's a great album. And put this back on again as well if I want to get some headbanging in. Judas Priest and Painkiller. Not gonna do the vocals because Rob Halford's voice is ridiculously high. And one hell of a vocalist as well. Like I said, don't know Judas Priest, check out Judas Priest. Uh, so let's go to another release. So we're sticking with the 90s, but we'll go to 1993 for this one. This is Desultory from Stockholm, Sweden. They formed in 1989, split up in 1996, reformed in 2009, and split up in 2017. And this is one of the other albums from my mate's collection. This is their 1993 debut, Into Eternity. And I thought, for the album, really cool album. I thought am I ever going to find it on CD or vinyl, and never had the chance. And now I have it. Of course, released on Metal Blade Records. Some good old Swedish death metal right here. There's the CD, which really stands out from the back cover. The booklet, which is a nice cloudy sky with a bit of sun shining through, which I really like. Got the band on each side there. And then opens up into lyrics, and there's a logo. How cool is that? Really, really cool band. If you're not familiar with these guys at all, then I do highly recommend you check them out. I do love my Swedish metal. Even if it's HM2 driven or not, I love it. Let's get a drink in. Yeah, Into Eternity. Great album. If you've not heard it, I do recommend it. Desultory and Into Eternity. But yeah, get them off as well. Almost done. I got, how many more bands have I got left? 6 more bands to talk about. And then I can use the same one that I wrote out this collection for the next one. Now let's get to, where can I go? Let's go back to the UK for this next one. This is a band that I saw back in June, and it's my first time ever seeing them, and they are incredible. And Funeral Doom Legends from Birmingham, West Midlands. But, Birmingham has got some great metal bands. I just mentioned one, not two, not, just before I mentioned Desultory, I mentioned Judas Priest. And these guys came out years later. And the band that I'm talking about is Esoteric. And I have their 2004 album, Subconscious Disillusion into the Continuum. Okay, I almost messed that up. So I'll say that again. Subconscious Disillusion into the Continuum. And of course, I got this when I saw him in London back in June with Ahab, who I am wearing, and Skepticism. 3 funeral doom metal bands all did so well. And of course, there's only 4 tracks because look how long the first 3 songs are. So you got the first song at 15 minutes 54, and then the second one at 12 minutes 36, and then the third one at 17 minutes 3 seconds, and then you got the last one at 5 minutes 17 seconds. My favorite is The Blood of the Eyes. Really cool. Played it at the gym. Really cool from when you're lifting weights. And incredible band right here. First time I've ever seen him, of course, my mate, who is the vocalist in Aventail, loves this band, loves his Funeral Doom. And I think I got into, I did get into these guys because of him. Really, really love this, and some more artwork with some lyrics. And I spoke to the main man himself, and I don't think there's a picture, but there's a piece of artwork there. There's no pictures of the band in this booklet. But of course, if you go on Google and places like that, you'll be able to find some band pictures. But I spoke to Greg, who was, where is he? He is the vocalist and guitarist. Yeah, Greg Chandler, who is one of the original members in the band, the only original member in this band. Formed it in 1992 under a different name, which I looked at and thought, I am not even going to attempt to look at that name and know how to say it. I asked him because if you've seen them live, he wears a headset mic, And I asked him, why do you wear a headset, Mike? And he said, because of all the pedals that he uses for his guitar. So he's got to see what pedal he's going to do next. Because if you've got a microphone on a microphone stand and you use a bunch of pedals, you'll and you're looking down and your mouth's not anywhere near the microphone, you're going to lose half of what the vocalist is doing. Unless they really like know where their pedals are each point in the set. But yeah, he just found it easy, and I thought that's really cool that. But if you love really slow, heavy, like heavy music, really slow metal, and you like Funeral Doom, it's just really slow, heavy, atmospheric metal. Very atmospheric, and it's something you can lose yourself in. Definitely check out Esoteric, Ahab, Skepticism, Mournful Conjugation, Evoken. I can say so many different bands, but definitely, as I'm showing them in this video, do check out these guys. Really, really cool, atmospheric, very dark and heavy as well. Esoteric and subconscious disillusion into the continuum. That is a tongue twister, just like Necroticis and Discantony Insalubrious by Carcass. So get that one off the list. Now, 5 more bands. And a lot of them are classic bands here as well. Of course, I had Judas Priest, Esoteric, Sadistik Exekution, Rotten Sound, the list goes on. But I'm ending on 5 classics right here as well. Now let's go to the Netherlands. This band formed in 89, split up in 98, reformed in 2004, and then split up in 2009. I am talking about Gorefest, who I have talked about on this channel numerous times. I did mention their album False. Really, really cool band. I know I said that a lot, but yeah, they are heavy, heavy old school Dutch death metal. This is their debut, Mindless. And this is a re-release because it has not only just the album, but demos as well. So the 1989 demo and a 1990 demo. But we're talk but you know, you got yeah, there's False down there, Erase, and the other releases, which I've not actually heard properly. But I thought I don't have this album yet. And it's cool that it's got the demos on it as well. So there we go with the CD. Might as well get that out because it is actually upside down. But there's the cover. Yeah, this came out in 1991, which was the year I was born. And there's one from one of the covers, one of the demos. There's a 1990 demo. And I believe, yeah, some pictures from gigs that they've done. Now looking there, it's Gorefest on a bill with Blood, which is a German grindcore death metal band. If no one's familiar with them, but for all you lot into the underground, you know who Blood is. There's the band from that specific I know, I think that's a later lineup. The lineup was different on the first album, which I don't think there's a picture of any of those guys from that on this release, but I think it's from the later releases. But we got young Chris. They're on vocals and bass. Oh no, wait, there's the lineup from uh the Mind Loss album as well as the demos. That was the lineup before. Of course, can't remember his name right there, but he later joined on the False album. So yeah. Um Any more pictures? Yep, there's some more here. And there we are. So yeah, really cool little release here. Like I said, it's got the demos as well as the debut. But like I've said before, if you've not heard any of these bands yet, then go check them out. If you love your old school death metal, you'll definitely love this band right here. Gorefest and Mindloss. All right. We have four more bands to get through. And sorry. There we go. I was trying to get yeah, sorry, I had a burp coming on, that's what I was doing, covering my mouth and that. So anyway, four more bands, and I'm trying to think who to go with. And I will go with a band from Sweden. These guys formed in 1988, then split up in 96, then reformed in 2007. I saw them back in 2019 at Scandinavia Death Fest in Sweden. I'm talking about Unanimated. And so good live. This is a 1995 album, Ancient God of Evil. Really cool album. There's the band on the back. Cover again. I might get the cover out, as I normally do, because it always reflects off the case. Yeah, the melodic death black metal at its absolute finest here, and there's a lot of bands like that that have that mix black and death metal well together and make it melodic. Some lyrics there, as well as a show they did with Necrophobic and Dissection, as well as Dark Funeral and Unpure. Like I said, you get melodic black and death metal. Well, I said melodic death and black metal. I think it's more on the melodic black and death metal side. Um, but yeah, they played a lot of songs from this album live. I saw them back in 2019. CD there, a nice black CD with the logo in red. And I'm not sure this. I think this would have been one of those bands I got overlooked quite a lot because obviously they were around the same time as like At the Gates, who were also doing the more melodic sound of death metal. And I think a lot of people might have overlooked this album or overlooked this band. But if you've not heard them and you're like, I want something else, definitely check out Unanimated. Really, really, just yeah, excellent quality metal right here. And this is one hell of an album. And if you don't have it, pick it up. I found this at Black City Records, and I was like, taking it, buying it, having it for my collection. Really, just say really cool a lot, but like I said, but it is really cool. Unanimated and Ancient God of Evil. That is getting bigger and bigger by the minute. Oh, wait, I was just about to get rid of a band that I was going to talk about next. Um, three more to go now, and the next one is a band from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, in the US. These guys formed in 1989, but I'm not sure when they split up, but it might have been sometime after this album was released. Excuse me. And they reformed 10 years ago. This is Accidental Suicide, which was a death doom metal band on the famous Peaceville Records label. I don't think they're on that label anymore. Let me just check where they are. But there is another band on the same name. They're more thrash heavy metal punk from Germany. No, they're on Vice Records currently. Yep, because their last compilation, the last which was a compilation was released on that label. But this one was released on Peaceville, but on the secondary label Death Records. And of course, I'm talking about Deceased. Now, I don't know if a lot of people out there are very familiar with this band. I remember checking them out like quite a few years back now and thinking, what the hell is this band? What sort of stuff are they? And looking at their cover and just thinking that just looks absolutely just creepy as hell. And when I looked at it at one point, just kept flicking through things, looked at it, and I went a bit blurry eyed, like, okay, wow, okay, that's just, yeah. There's guys in the back. There's all the tracks there. Yeah, two of them are gone now. So we have Ed Jackson, which I believe is this one right here. It's the vocalist. What's the other one? Chris Kaczynski. I think I just said that. And Ron, he was, I think, one of the guitarists, if I remember correctly. Where is he? Yeah, there he is. Oh, it says 2022 on the back, but he died in 2021, and he was the drummer. I'm not sure which one he is on that specific picture. But let's have a look at the artwork. I'll show the CD in a minute. There's the artwork. And there's the band on the back. And of course, yeah, that's yeah, last time it looked like was Ed wearing a nice black shirt as well. Everyone else is wearing a band shirt and leather jackets, leather jackets in heavy metal, definitely. Of course, the famous Peaceville label there with the star on with the eye in the middle. And some lyrics. I like books like this where it's got the artwork, a band picture, and then lyrics. And of course, we have the CD, which is a black CD with the band in an orange logo, as well as the album title in orange. So black and orange always goes well. Now, definitely a band that would have been overlooked. A lot of people wouldn't have known this band. They did do. I did mention this split. Where the hell is it? There we go. Vile Vibes #2, which had Dark Throne, My Dying Bride, Autopsy, Baphomet, Impaler, all on that label. And yeah, this is one hell of an album. Very, very underrated Death Doom right here. There's bits where it goes very doomy and then bits where it goes just very much full on death metal. And it's just one hell of a heavy album. If you haven't heard it, go check it out. Accidental Suicide and Deceased. Really, really just underground heavy overlooked, very underground death metal, and a band that would have been overlooked back in the day. And for anyone that's looking for more old school death metal with that mix of doom metal, there's a band for you. Now, two more bands, and this one is also from one on my mate's list of CDs he was selling. And these guys recently reformed because they were under a different name from 1991. That's when they formed and then changed it to the name that we know today from 91 to 97 and then reformed this year. I'm talking about Acid Bath. And I'm hoping they come to the UK next year because I really want to see these guys live. I do not have the first album. The one that I have here is their second album from 1996. And that is, of course, Pagan Terrorism Tactics. Everyone knows that cover. Everyone knows this band. Sludge metal royalty right here. And I thought, there is absolutely no bloody chance anyone was going to get this. Because when I heard them for the first time some years back now, I was like, nope, nope. And like thinking of the CD, like If I see this and someone else has got on, I was like, nope, I'm getting that before they do. When I first heard this, I was like, yeah, these guys definitely. And it was track number two that I heard first, and I thought, oh, okay, what sort of stuff is this? It's like slow, doomy, very sludgy. And then it just goes straight into like a hardcore punk um song as well, like a little bit, but a bit more on the mid-tempo pace. There's the CD and some of the grave sites in New Orleans. Well, these guys are not from that specific area of New Orleans. They were a little bit outside of it. If I remember from the um documentary that was about it, a place called Morgan City, and I'm not sure how far that is from um New Orleans. That's it. There's the artwork again. It's the band logo in black and purple. Yeah, it's just crazy looking album. A little bit of stuff in here. And there is the band in there. Now that for a long time they weren't going to reform this band because obviously, where is he? Um, their bass player, the original bass player, died in a car accident, and they thought they couldn't do without him. But then, was it Sammy and Dax were? I'm not sure when it came out. I only saw this when it came up that these guys reformed, and it's like, wow, like a lot of people who are like big acid bath fans were like, wow, they're coming back. And I mean, I was happy as well. And it'd be cool to see these guys live and see how they go down in, of course, the 21st century. And if they do come to the UK next year, guaranteed I'll be there. Love yours. If you're more into your sludgy, doomy, heavy, fuzzy guitar tone, you know, like, and, you know, dirty, muddy, disgusting bass tone as well. Definitely for you. Acid Bath, Pagan Terrorism Tactics, and of course, do check out their first album, When the Kite String Pops. Told you I was getting through these quick. One more to go, and that is it for this video. And I'll let you get on with your day or evening, wherever you are in the world. And I finally completed this collection from this band, finally completed it. All the way from Florida, formed in 1983 under the name Mantis until 1984, and then changed it to the band that we know today called Death. Of course, split up in 2001 because the death of Chuck Schuldiner, who was the guitarist and vocalist for the band. May he rest in peace. And I finally have their 1995 album to complete my collection. Symbolic. Finally, finally have it. And whew, took me a long time to get it. And I got this, of course, at Black City Records. David asked if he wanted, because I was looking at what to buy. I said, "Do you want me to check how much it costs?" I said yes, and it's an original 1995 release, and it only cost me £8. So I was like, absolutely, because some who might be selling it might be selling it for a lot more, but I'm happy I got it at the price I did. There's the guys in there. We've got Chuck, Gene, Kelly, and Bobby. And there's the CD. Should have. I mean, look at that artwork. That is just phenomenal artwork. And I know a lot of people don't like the death stuff that came afterwards. So a lot of people may not may not. There are going to be people out there who will not like the more progressive style of what death later became, more on the progressive side of death metal. But I absolutely enjoy all their stuff. Got some lyrics there. And What an album. And I was like, I am not gonna leave Black City Records until I got this. And I was so happy to get it. Collection's complete. Absolutely over the moon. And of course, I spoke a lot about death on my Metal Vault episode. I've mentioned so many times on this channel. And I think I mentioned that I still needed to get this album, and I finally have it, and I'm absolutely buzzing. Quality metal right here. So, like I said, with death, and when I type them up here, there's going to be a lot more here. So, yeah, progressive death metal later, which of course would be more from this album here, Symbolic, and The Sound of Perseverance. But yeah, very happy. And this has never been re-released, as I know, as far as I know. The only ones that have been re-released have been Scream Bloody Gore, Leprosy, Spiritual Healing, Human, Individual Thought Patterns, and The Sound of Perseverance. This has not been re-released yet. And I think it's got something to do with labels and what I don't know. Don't know the whole story. But I'm happy that I have an original copy right here. So once again, this is Death and Symbolic. If you don't have this album, hunt it down and get it. If you still got this album, don't get rid of it. And that's it for my CD collection madness for this long collection update. I hope I've gone through all these pretty well. Of course, I was trying to figure out where other bands were from and who was in what band and everything else. But for the next one, it will be just 2 cassettes and a buttload of vinyl. And so thank you for tuning into this video into my videos as always. It means a lot. You know what to do. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. And the next collection update will be way before Christmas, obviously way before. Still got plenty more Metal Vault episodes to do, and hopefully I'll get through half of it before the end of the year. So, the next one will be a Metal Vault episode, as well as the collection update. And that's it for me for this evening. I've been Jacob Jake's Metal Chat. Keep the banner of metal well and truly high, and I will see you all in the next one.